had seen them with their new additional player.
All right, guys, here we go. Finally diving into things. Eclipse, who has been the big Titan team players have been looking forward to, and they're going to get into it. Look at this Lemming just getting himself into a 1v1 with Jax's goalie. Slams it in his face. I believe that was Affenterra on the defense. He can't stop it, though, as Eclipse scores their first goal very early on here.
He did that move that he likes to do. What he does, he comes in a crouch, so his player is lower than normal, and then he stands up at the last second to dunk it by making you think he's about to go down. So you jump up, and then when he stands up, his character instantly changes vertical position. It's a move he uses a lot, and you saw in OC4 him use it, and Fangasm just start to figure it out in the second round.
All right, so Jax are going to get easy control to play off of here. Since the first goal was scored by Eclipse, possession will go over to Jax. They pick that up. They send both their other players towards either side. Pass is going to be attempted towards the further up one. The thing is, though, that's a long pass. It's hard to make it happen at that range. So as they move in, Jax actually still holds control of it. Boop going in for the goal, and he secures it. So just as quickly, we've got both teams scoring on each other, and we're tied up at 2-2.
Yep, they have answered the call. They're showing up, hey, we're not going to roll over and die. You win the joust. You're able to do your fancy duck out of the way move, and maybe that will give you some momentum. But now you're going to have to work for it. The joust attack that Eclipse is known for winning is no longer available to them. They only have it at the very beginning of each round. So that it's funny. Eclipse actually said personally that when they changed that mechanic, what they did was they nerfed Eclipse. But Lemming is more than willing to admit that they really abused that mechanic by being so good off the joust.
The launch coming back out here now. We can see Lemming from his point of view right now trying to move in to steal this away from Boop, but no, it gets sent back over there towards Eclipse's own goal. Thankfully, their own goalie gets it out of there. We can see here, still in the perspective of Lemming, but Shiny doing most of the heavy lifting near the disc right now. Now Lemming's got his chance to move over towards it here. Palador is going to help him out. Might see a pass towards Lemming in a second here, actually. Nope, right over towards Shiny again.
They're doing their normal three-man attack. You got Palador in the back, Shiny and Lemming, opposite positions.
Slin's not going to be able to make it back to defend in time. So they've only got two players on Jax to defend here successfully. Affenterra trying to hold on to this, get this clear. Nice punch, knocks out Lemming, and that's going to send the disc flying down to the midfield.
Lemming's already back up and running. You're only knocked out for a second, but he was in the position he wanted to. Grabbed him with his hand and grabbed his leg with his hand while he was zipping by. That's the kind of presence of mind that Shiny and Lemming have, that they're able to react very quickly. You know, you were talking about grabbing somebody when they zip past you is very hard. Lemming can do that in any situation half blind.
Oh. Nice quick block coming out there for one of our Orange team players that is able to knock Lemming out of the running there. Regardless, he's got the pass off in time before he got punched out, so it's not going to be much at the end of the day. Ooh, bounce off the island, though. It means that Lemming's going to, you can see him, again, using his hands, keeping the momentum going, bouncing off the walls here so we can quickly get back control over the disc. And now he's got a teammate ready for another pass, but no, moves in. He did get the block and the pass off just in time, so survives the encounter. He's going to move back in, try to go for it. Can he slam dunk it right now? Let's see. No, it gets cleared out by Jackson. They send it further back downfield.
No, he tried to rush it, but it was Palador. Palador is pretty good, but Affenterra, I think, up 1v1 is actually going to take over Palador on that one. You have to bring somebody Lemming doing one of his fancy moves like crouching and then jumping at the last second in order to dodge your attack, which is why they probably want to prevent that from happening. They see Lemming getting close to the goal, knock him out and keep him away from it if they want to stay on top.
So Palador's trying to send it over to Shiny, but the pass isn't that great, so it is going to turn into a little bit of a scrap forward. We can see Orange team players, Jax's players reaching in. They get the clear. They send it way down into Eclipse territory. However, it is going to be in a bit of a peculiar spot because it gets set down to the ground. A lot of walls getting into the way of this position here too, but still,
they cannot let this go to a tie. Now remember, this joust advantage or the disc advantage actually happened for Eclipse because of that last goal. So this is their .2 score, and this is why they have to do that on this one. However, if they leave it as a tie, which they could just run the clock down and go to a tie, since they have a superior joust, so they could run down and do what they did at the beginning and take this first match in overtime. They're setting up their attack.
Now, trying to dive back down. The goalie's still in there too, along with the two other offensive players from Jax. So they do a good job of defending this right now. A lot of time on this volley right now. I think we're 2 minutes into just this volley alone. So this is taking up a lot of the time in the round right here.
What's the possession time now, right?
Yeah, this is gonna be a massive goal. Whoever ends up getting it. Slin sending it back down. That's a straight arrow going right to the other side of the arena too. There's the launch. You can see it. They go off of each other time and time again. They don't get the disc so quickly though, but still the players from Jax are not getting over here nearly as quickly enough. So Eclipse definitely comes out on top at the better end of that one. They're going to be able to get their clear in a second. Actually, no, trying to outmaneuver Boop right now. Lemming wasn't able to quickly get over, so they do send the disc into the open, and that means it's Slin as well. It's going to send this back down over into Eclipse territory again. We're almost down to a minute. This next goal could very well decide the round.
Yeah, if you actually watch these players, you'll see them, these high-level players, they go left, right with their hands. That is them dribbling it in order to make it much harder for you to steal the disc from them without them noticing. That's why they do it. Also makes it difficult for you to predict which way they're going to throw it.
Toss back in here. Lemming getting up close too.
Here comes the
shot.
shot.
Get dangerous, and the swoop around there by Lemming. Nicely done. Slams it into the goal, and finally Eclipse get the score off.
Look at the possession time. 3 minutes. They held on to it for 3 minutes. Oh, that is insane. Lemming actually getting both of those scores, but really, really up close. Like I said, they are not long shotters. iShiny picking up most of the stuns this round. He is known as a heavy stunner on his team, but he has dialed it back in these later months.
All right, so here we go, launching into this next round here. Jax have to try and find a way to score very, very quickly. Only a minute left to respond with another 2-pointer, a 3-pointer if they don't want to take this into overtime in order to decide this match. And obviously, again, definitely don't want to let Eclipse score again. Gets it stolen. Lemming's going to move in here now to pick it back up. Quickly tosses it over to iShiny. He's going to take it over towards the goal. Won't go for the goal just yet, though. Once away for his teammate, they knock the goalie out, and iShiny sinks it again. Now we're really starting to see an advantage build up for Eclipse, and that might as well secure the first round for them.
Oh, yeah. I mean, getting an advantage that early, how hard they're having to fight in order to get those goals, definitely going to be the thing. Eclipse showing you their highly technical play, how well they play together, using that upside-down tactic from Lemming that the other team said, oh, that's not a big deal. And it looks like a big deal because he was able to get at least 4 points off of it. But then iShiny coming in, and you're thinking that iShiny's going to pass it. It's like, no, Palador sneaks up behind you, knocks you out, and then you dunk it on him. Got to keep track of all 3 players.
Launch goes out. That's a good speed being built up there by Lemming. And he also gets a nice little baited punch, blocks it for himself, keeps himself in the game. He's going to be able to mess with the Jax players here a little bit. Not that they even need to score again, just trying to kind of keep things contained for right now. Oh, okay. Boop manages to score one from way downfield, and it's a 3-pointer.
Yeah, he actually sinks the 3-pointer, showing him, hey, you can't leave your goal open all day long and not expecting you to land that shot. By the way, hey, Lemming, can you make a shot that long? And Lemming says, ding.
All right, 25 seconds left. Possession is also going to go kind of a moot point, but we'll dive back in again. We'll see if Jax, there we go. Now they're going to make the actual attempt for this here. See if they can outwit the blue team. That's being Eclipse, of course, coming into the #1 seed in this tournament. They're going to move in. Now let's see if Jax is going to be able to do it. Nope, sadly not. Eclipse gets a very nice clear. Affenterre, here we go. He's here to stop this now. Got the punch off, though, and a nice little hit there from Lemming. Swipes it out of the field, and that's going to completely kill Jack's chances of trying to score that one more goal that would have given them the game.
Will
so,
it? Oh.
So the round will conclude, and that is going to be Eclipse.